Older Shizuku spots a framed picture on the wall that has her reminiscing. The picture was taken during her school days. She remembers how she started lonely, but by the time of that photo, she had many friends and memories. At the center of it all was Haru. Haru establishes himself as a tyrant on the first day of school. He gets into a fight, and then he goes MIA in the days that follow. His seating position in class is right next to Shizuku. The teacher hands over some schoolwork that she hopes quiet and reserved Shizuku can give to her missing seatmate whenever she sees him. It's been a month since the school year started. Shizuku drops off the lecture notes at the batting center, letting Haru's cousin know that the notes are for Haru. She's on her way home from school when Haru comes out of nowhere and rams her into the ground. He accuses her of being in cohort with the teacher, trying to get him to go to school. Shizuku clarifies she dropped off the notes and nothing more. She's back on her feet and walking away when Haru asks if she'll be delivering future notes since his health keeps him out of school. They exchange names, but after one good look, Shizuku decides "Little Monster" is a more fitting way to address him. Haru makes manhandling poor Shizuku a normal thing. This time he pulls her out of the public's eye, commanding her to follow him. They have drinks at a cafe, and he voices that they're friends now. Some other friends come over to extort money from Haru, and he gives it to them. He explains to Shizuku that people are afraid of him, making school, full of people, useless. Shizuku isn't afraid of him. She admits she's lonely too, but some guys just extorted him, and he shouldn't be okay with that. He's better off with absolutely no one than to have such guys around him. Haru shows he hates Shizuku's advice by dousing her with his drink. She throws hers at him in response, proving she won't back down from a fight. Even brave Shizuku knows when it's time to bolt from a ruthless bull with flaring nostrils and fiery red eyes. Sasahara witnessed the ordeal and is intrigued by Shizuku. The next day at school, he tells her she's cool for standing up to Haru. But Haru isn't a bad guy, according to Sasahara. He's like Batman. He once saved a victim from mean kids and disappeared. Sasahara thinks it's time that Haru comes out of the shadows, though. The teacher asks Shizuku to run another errand. She goes on to drop the message for Haru. He'll be expelled if he keeps missing school. While failing miserably at baseball, Shizuku realizes she's witnessed Haru play the hero. It was his first and seemingly last day of high school. He saved a kid who was being extorted. Haru's friends stroll past, making comments about Haru not giving them money recently. This confirms that they are using him. They're unaware that Haru is in a corner listening to them. Shizuku goes to confront the boys about their attitude. She believes they can become proper friends with Haru if they're willing to change. One guy looks like he's about to tease Shizuku before Haru shows up and handles the situation like Batman. He's alone with Shizuku when he starts to tear up, and she hugs him in response, promising it's all a matter of time before he stops being lonely. That's when he decides to give school a try, as long as Shizuku is there. He goes on to confess in the most unromantic way that he's still starting to like her. Haru comes to the school the next day, to everyone's surprise. He's like a wild animal that Shizuku has unexplainably turned into a pet, following her everywhere and growling at other people to stay away. After class, he starts to whine about hanging out with his BFF. She sternly tells him to quit it because they have midterm exams coming up. A student, Natsumi, pleads with Shizuku to be her study partner. She's almost failing her classes, and supplementary classes are looming. Shizuku refuses to help even after the girl pitches that she's cute, popular on the internet, and has a lot of friends. Haru offers to be her study partner, wanting to go to Natsumi's offline hangout in return. She agrees. Shizuku, on the other hand, walks away from the conversation. She's on a solo path with her academic career. It doesn't go as planned. Haru somehow tops her in scores. He's still extremely weird and unconventional. He's brought a live chicken to school that he's hoping they can raise together. All hands are on deck when it comes to raising a chicken. There's studious Natsumi, disinterested Shizuku, playful Haru and Sasahara, and Michan, Haru's cousin. First on their agenda is building a pen. By the unfortunate association, Shizuku ends up at the supermarket getting supplies. That's where she runs into Haru's former friends and another guy named Yamaken. Yamaken had sat next to her during the exams, teasing her. Haru steps in to protect Shizuku, but Yamaken calms the wild beast enough to make him listen. The boys aren't looking for a fight. They've come to apologize to Haru. The friend circle has become larger. Shizuku learns from Yamaken that Haru has an older protective brother. She has to clarify that she's not Haru's girlfriend. She's in school to study. Where Yamaken is concerned, she's been doing more than just studying. The chicken's name is Nagoya, and it dutifully enters its pen once it's completed, much to everyone's delight. It's late, and Shizuku is heading home. She urges Haru to let her be for the day, but he has other plans. After receiving a text from his cousin, Haru decides he won't be going back to his place. Meanwhile, the person he's running from, Yuzan, is aware and waiting. Shizuku takes Haru to her home. He gets to meet her stay-at-home father and her younger brother. Haru carelessly asks why their mom is absent, so the father reveals that she doesn't live with them for some reason. He believes that's why his kids are antisocial. Haru finds Shizuku studying after his shower and questions her about it. For him, studying will only be important to him because it's important to her. She explains that growing up with an absent mom made her throw herself into her books. Studying is less complicated. Read hard and get good results. It's the first time she's revealed that part of herself to anyone. Haru eventually returns home and reminisces about his aunt Kyoka. Many years ago, she opened the doors to the batting center for Haru to stay in. She's gone now, and Haru still holds grudges that people like Yuzan didn't attend the funeral. Summer vacation comes, and the circle of friends goes about various activities, including a cookout. Natsume and Michan have a moment when he notices she's hurt, and he offers her ice to ease the pain. Shizuku is just about to leave the batting center when Yuzan approaches her, properly introducing himself as Haru's big brother. He's learned Shizuku has been there for Haru, so he is grateful. Yuzan tells Shizuku that Haru got kicked out of the house because he's problematic. But now that he's taking his education seriously, his father is looking to reconcile. Haru literally jumps in to shoo his brother away. Shizuku thinks Haru can give Yuzan a listening ear, but Haru responds that Shizuku needs to mind her business. That's when Shizuku starts to shut Haru out. Haru takes an interest in a new girl named Oshima, and Shizuku notices. During the school festival, Natsume asks Shizuku why she's been distant from Haru lately. Shizuku admits she's feeling emotionally connected in a way she'd rather not. Natsume tries to assure her that her feelings, and Haru's, are completely normal, but Shizuku ends the conversation abruptly. While Natsume sulks, Shizuku opens up to Yamaken. She calls him amazing after he gives her a peace of mind on the situation. Haru spots them from afar. He admits to Oshima he likes Shizuku, and he's noticed she's been cold toward him. Shizuku finds Natsume and apologizes. Haru tries to use Oshima to make Shizuku jealous. Seeing Yamaken talking to Shizuku has him abandoning Oshima to confront Yamaken. On a fateful day, Natsume blurts out to Michan that she likes him. Sadly, she's too shy to stand by her words, so she runs off. Shizuku was born on Valentine's Day. Oshima calls Haru to give him a gift, but he's too preoccupied with finding the perfect present for Shizuku. Realizing this, poor Oshima conceals both her gift and her feelings. Meanwhile, Natsume gets bolder with her feelings for Michan, but he turns her down. Shizuku celebrates her birthday with her family. Her mom is still absent. Haru barges in with a gift, a pen like the ones Michan and his mom own. Since he's there, Shizuku's father invites him to join the party. Haru comes up with the bright idea to call Shizuku's mom. He persuades Shizuku to call her, and the mom promises to call back in an hour so they can talk better. Elated, Shizuku confesses her feelings for Haru. By the next school year, Shizuku and Haru are closer. Shizuku is not so scared to let someone into her life anymore. Haru won't push past high school. He wants to go fishing after graduation. It's troubling to Shizuku because he's such a bright student with potential. But he's trying not to be dependent on Michan for longer than necessary. Michan is practically the only invested family he's got. Yuzan pleads with Haru to attend his birthday party. Haru adamantly refuses, but when his older brother bows before him, he freezes momentarily. Shizuku witnesses the scene and convinces Haru to go. Yuzan extends the invitation to her as well. Shizuku wonders if she should attend the party, as it seems like such a sensitive time for the Yoshida family. Haru only cared about Yuzan until he changed. Haru has no place at his father's house. So, the Yoshidas are rich. Shizuku expects a normal birthday party but ends up at a function. Her purple dress and elegant hairdo catch both Haru's and Yamaken's attention. Mr. Yoshida is happy to have his heir back. The prodigal son has returned and has cleaned up nicely too. But Haru doesn't want to be heir to his father's empire. He wants to hop on a fishing boat after high school. Yuzan resents his brother for being so lucky. He's being offered a life he doesn't even want because he has a special brain. Mr. Yoshida has picked his unconventional, clever son over his firstborn, causing a rift between the brothers. Yuzan resolves to support his brother, but that proves hard, especially after Haru causes a scene because his father wants to make him his successor. Normally, Shizuku lets Haru pull her wherever, but not this time. She needs him to actually consider his future. Haru runs off feeling like he's misunderstood by everyone, including dear Shizuku. Yamaken sees Shizuku and proposes they should be together. According to him, whatever she feels for Haru can't be taken seriously. Shizuku plans to apologize to Haru at school the next day, but he's nowhere to be found. After searching everywhere without success, she and his friends resort to putting up missing person posters. By the following school year, Haru is still missing. Shizuku misses him, always looking out for him in their usual spots, but she must forge ahead. Yamaken uses the opportunity to get closer to her. They take the national test, and Yamaken gets accepted to the university of his choice. Shizuku accidentally spills a box filled with memories while sitting alone in the bleachers. As the memories flood back, tears stream down her face. Yamaken tries one more time to win Shizuku's heart, but he fails. Her heart belongs to Haru. Shizuku returns Haru's stuff, and Michin asks her to hit the balls one last time. One of her swings sends the ball flying and hitting the target. Haru yells out in victory. Shizuku stands there, stunned to see him. He got on a ship and went to the Gulf of Mexico, but he missed Shizuku and decided to come back. He's insane, but Shizuku has missed him too, so she leaps into his arms and kisses him. It's good to have him back.